As long as you guys use different skills, that's fine. You're looking for a specific number to see how effective these goggles are going to be.
I'm going to program the firmware. Lana's going to be using Fix.
And I will be instructing various members of the harem to work on the PowerPoint productions, assign different roles and responsibilities, make sure that we're all putting in that crunch time, setting deadlines.
14.
15 total.
So as usual, the team leader is the one that brings the least to the table.
He's going to get all the credit for it, though, just what.
Is Psychotronic Hustle Wholesale War, Session 17. Time for the recap.
So we started off in the cargo bay, inside the, I forgot what the ship's name was.
It was Disposable Heroes, right?
Yes, okay. I knew it was an album. We were inside Disposable Heroes in the cargo bay, just after touching the statue, or some of us touched the statue from the previous session. There was, I think, a robot running around that Hulkraith and Lana were trying. Hulkraith was trying to smash with his hammer, and Lana was also chasing after Hulkraith. Lord Mars and Ori, there was two Sindoom guards in power armor that came in and just kind of looked at us, and they set a trap in front of the door of two kind of just one giant like laser like kind of lightning shock. We got shocked. Obviously, we couldn't get through it. We ended up Betty ended up blowing it up. One grenade didn't quite work, so it took a rocket launcher to damage it enough to make it so we could jump through because it became intermittent. We decided that since there was since there was no actual mutiny, and there wasn't really any chance of us like having anything to gain by being on the ship, that we would just leave. But we decided to leave a parting gift to Disposable Heroes in the form of Ori still had a few viruses on his data pad that we recovered from the I forgot his name.
Yeah, I forgot his name too.
But the collector of artworks and viruses. So we determined that the best place to upload a virus in the ship would be the Alt Command Center. Ori went up to the door and indicated that there was trying to get in, and Lord Mars came charging at the door, like open the door. Ori's like, hello, and then Lord Mars is screaming, yelling, like charging at the door. And he's like, and we convinced the person, the guard in there, that there was a second spy, because the previous session there was a spy that got killed. So we convinced that the second guy that replaced him was in fact a spy. The person that replaced him was I believe executed on the spot.
Yes, he was.
He was playing solitaire, had his headphones on, had some Cosmic Cool Doritos, I believe.
And empty cans of Space Cola.
Yeah, just kind of littered around. So Ori began doing some preliminary investigation to check up on whether, what kind of stuff that he was doing, and connected his data pad and uploaded the virus. And the particular one was a navigation system virus. I forgot the name of it. But essentially you can kind of crash the navigation system and override it. So it began, the ship slowly began making a trajectory into Infirmum 4. But because the viruses are a work of art, it's not so couth, or uncouth rather, as to be an immediate turn. It's like a very slow kind of meandering, a lot of detail and grace. So we had some time to get off the ship before we would go down with it.
It was the Herald of Zeus is who you got the virus from. And the name of the virus was, I wander aimlessly and naked among the stars. Remember, it's cold in space.
And that's exactly what it did, except it wanted to make it into a star.
Yeah.
Well, it was trying to warm up because space is so cold. It makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even Infirmum 4 is warmer than space.
Yep.
So after that we went back to, we got off. We went back to the ship, the Winnebago. We were attempting to undo the locks, the magnetic locks, and they wouldn't budge. So there was, the old wrench didn't quite work either. Wasn't able to hit the machines enough to undo it. So Ori had to go outside to actually physically tend to them. And in the meantime, while Ori was cursing while dealing with these magnetic locks on the hull, there was a video message received. The communication, the entire ship was over, the controls were overwritten by Adam Hartfield, who was Jonathan's father, who challenged Lord Mars to a duel in payment for the death of his son, which this was the first time that we heard that his father actually cared about Jonathan. So that was a little shocking.
He didn't care. He just wanted a reason to fight someone in a duel. He never gets to do that anymore.
Yep.
So Lord Mars did call him out on that. So we told him no. And then a little bit later, I believe Sherry volunteered to be Lord Mars. Because there wasn't a way we were going to get off. It didn't look like there's a way we were going to get off without dueling him. So as Ori was cursing and trying to fix his magnetic locks, he sees this shape that is dressed up like Lord Mars, but is not Lord Mars because it's kind of like hobbling a little bit.
There was a discussion about whether Sherry could actually walk, and I just said that he usually is drunk and he staggers a lot. And there was a discussion whether they would equip him with a wheelchair to get sympathy, but they did not.
And that was the last that Ori saw of Sherry / the new Lord Mars. We were able to get off the ship. The magnetic clocks were released. And then kind of overcome with new sensations and thrills, Ori wanted to charge headfirst into battle. And so Captain Ares now agreed, why not? Let's do that. So we had some thrilling ship combat. All the training that Hallcraith has been doing with the harem has finally paid off. They were excellent, and really, I think Lori really kind of was kind of the hero.
Yeah, she was the star of the show.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I have a backup character to go through when this one dies.
There were the Sindoom. So there were fighters. The forces they were fighting were ships that had kind of an M looking on it, and an M logo. And we hadn't seen it before, but we hypothesized that it might be something goofy that Big Montana came up with.
It said BM, and it was, you were trying to figure out, did it mean bowel movement?
Yeah.
Oh, the Big Mac.
Yeah. So it said BM. The logo was a big belly over a belt buckle the belt buckle said BM.
That makes even more sense for bowel movement.
So the new currency that we were able to get were big bucks, and Sin coin is also a new rival currency for Sindoom. But all the money we had in credits or in space bucks are now, we have the same amount in big bucks.
Let's be honest, you can't trust Sincoin. It's all made up money anyway. Who knows where the hell it's coming from and where it's going?
Yeah, what's it backed by anyway?
It's backed by nothing but the faith and trust of Jaggerfells. And are you really going to trust him? I wouldn't.
They deviated from the space gold standard back in the 70s, right?
Yeah, well, now they have the Jaggerfells Reserve.
So we went to go get our ship repaired. During the space combat, there were quite a few crises that happened. Our hull got blown open, or got a hole in the hull, and we were able to patch it during combat, but obviously it was not going to last, so we needed to get it repaired. So we went to the nearest. I think it's in the sector over. Where there's like an outpost for the children of the sector, which is the resistance group led by Big Montana.
Yep.
So we were able to get our ship repaired, and I think that's where we're actually at right now.
Was that out the cloud system?
That's in Charm.
Charm, okay.
Yep.
So, yep, and then we talked with Big Montana because we had questions for Big Montana.
Wait, you talked with him?
We did, yeah. So,
God, I'm so sorry.
So he sent a comm, and I at the same time Isaiah hopped on.
Yep.
And we got to ask him some questions, mostly about what the plan was. So where we kind of left off is like, what are we gonna do next to really like fuck Sindoom even harder, like double fist type deal. Is we remember
Not starting with the goose head, not making it easy. Go right knuckles, right into the knuckles.
This is the symbol for Big Montana.
Of course it is.
Jawohl, Montana.
That you were offered. There was an offer here at Billing Station for this symbol to be put on the Winnebago, but you politely declined because I believe Captain Aries said that sometimes he likes to sneak in and he doesn't want to make it obvious. But there is somebody on board who does tattoos, and if you want this tattoo, you can get it also.
Tempting.
Also, the Big Bucks app, every time it loads up, this is the logo. So you get to see it every time you want to access your account.
Yeah, and there are ads for erectile dysfunction.
So I think where we talked about going next, and of course we'd want to confer with everyone else, but the biggest impact we could make would be to return to Daniel's Clam Shack, where the last known location of that bomb we picked up was, and then to find a target for it.
Okay, do we have any idea where his clam shack is currently? If I'm not mistaken, the last time we saw it was in the clutter system on Hydrus. Do we have his phone number? His Facebook account?
We could probably just order for catering, right? So we just set up
Yeah, sure.
where they cater, like.
Yeah, okay.
They'll just bring the bomb to us, and we'll get some clams out of it.
There we go.
God.
Okay.
I thought we had enough clams on this ship, and now we're bringing some more. That's what we need.
Okay. Yeah, so you're here at Billing Stations doing the repairs to the ship if there's anything specific. Josh, do you have the stats on the Winnebago? Did we ever do the stats for the Winnebago?
We did them at some point, and then it changed with Lord Mars at the time changing it, but then he did it gets confusing with so many names.
Yeah, so another thing that came up is that none of us actually knew what the correct stats for the Winnebago were.
The correct what?
The correct stats or the guns that we had on it, so we just kind of winged it based off of like the merchant fighter, the merchant class ship.
Okay.
I think you had like the most up-to-date record of our ship.
That's a dangerous thing to put in my charge, right?
Otherwise, we'll have to forge some new up-to-date records of our ship.
Okay, let's take a look here. I'm looking through my files and documentation on this matter. Okay, so it has an armory, atmospheric configuration, 5 massive cargo space, extended life support, sensor mass, power trunk streamlining to make it so that we had enough power to actually have all this shit, a workshop, and then it had 1 flak 88, and that was its only weapon.
Flak 88.
Yep.
What damage does it do?
2d6, AP 10, and
Okay.
flak. And it is an ammo weapon with 500 shots.
What weapon were we using? It was something that did 2d6. So we were close. You can have that one and the flak 88.
Yeah.
I mean, the Diet Thundergun does 2d6.
But that's not a...
That was like some hardcore flex right there. Like, yeah, well, my handgun does as much damage as your space weapon, bitch. 2d6, you got the flak emitter battery. You have the fractal impact charges.
It was, yeah, I think it was the flak emitter battery.
Okay.
Okay.
I will add it here, Peter.
All right. It was buried under a lot of the luggage that's on top, so when that was blasted away, you finally noticed that you had a second gun.
You know,
Makes sense.
I always thought that we had a lot of luggage.
And the HVAC seems to be, the ship is very hot now. It seems to be running, the thermostat is set very high.
Okay, who's controlling the thermostat? I'm going to take a look at this.
Who was the, let's see.
It's 32 degrees Celsius.
Oh, Jesus.
I find this much more comfortable than what the temperature usually is in here.
Yes, well, you don't have fur, so I mean, that is one advantage for you there, isn't it?
I would imagine. So we're still at the space station building.
Yep.
Are they still working on the ship?
Yeah, they're patching up some of the damage and the hull damage. Like they're looking for extra maybe plates to increase so it can take more hits. They're also kind of taking their time getting some selfies because they don't usually see a Winnebago, and they're all amazed the fact that this survived the space battle because was not designed for that. And it's got some notoriety.
Of course. Who's the mechanic? So who is the person that we were dealing with? I didn't.
Herm.
Herm.
Yeah.
Herm, are you? So I would go try to find Herm.
Okay.
Like walking onto the ship, just dripping bullets.
Mm-hmm. He's there in his overalls, nothing else.
Herm.
Yeah.
Are you guys touching the? Are you guys affecting the HVAC system?
Nope.
It's 32 degrees in there.
Yeah, it's pretty warm.
Yeah. Would you mind taking a look to see what might be going on?
We can. I didn't know if that was how it was supposed to be.
I mean, only one member of our company can survive in those conditions for a prolonged period of time. Yeah, it should be a cool.
What do you want it set at? You got a terrarium in that Winnebago? There was some kind of rock thing behind a bunch of glass. I didn't stay too long.
Oh, that's just Hallcraft.
Okay.
He's friendly.
Okay. Well. All right.
Set it to 23 degrees Celsius.
We'll do. We'll be on that.
Nice balmy 73 degrees Fahrenheit in here. I like to imagine that while it's this hot, Lana's currently just sitting inside of one of the engine rooms or something with a towel on, going ahead and treating it like a sauna.
All right, so you're going to order, you're going to search and see if you can find Oleander's Dano's Clam Shack contact and order to go. I mean, delivery. Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
Only it's only over orders of 100 big bucks.
Oh, nice. They take big bucks now. That's
Oh
great.
yeah.
Do they take Syncoin?
No.
So I guess we know now if someone's taking Syncoin, what side of the aisle they're really on.
Mm-hmm. And you were working on a project to detect replicants.
Yes.
Okay.
That is right. We were because we I didn't write that down, but because we need a way to detect the replicas because they're starting to become a big problem that Sindoom is having on. I think based on our time in the prison, where some of us were actually working on it, or at least saw people working on replicas, like we gained some sort of expertise, and it's like some sort of like kind of knowledge on how we might be able to do that. So I believe we were working on a pair of goggles.
Yes. So none of you have to roll, but I would like to know what your contributions are going to be to the building or the crafting of these goggles? I mean, Ori's doing most of the work, I would assume, doing the fine tuning as far as technical. Maybe Hal Craith is making sure all the forms are filled out so they got the correct patent.
What are these goggles supposed to do again?
These goggles, and I'll shake like this kind of skeleton like rubber thing that's going to be goggles. These are going to help us These are going to be able to help us figure out who is an actual and who's an android and who's not. Because if you recall, Sindoom is replacing famous or well-known figures with androids, and that's how they're kind of infiltrating, and presumably it's how they infiltrated ICAAOS, allegedly.
I see.
And they also, there was also, when I was on the planet Hydrus for the Galactic Fox Sindoom conference, there was one of the members of the Sisters of
Karma.
Sisters of Karma was also an android. So there's we're gonna need to be able a way to determine if we're running upon a friend or foe. And personally, I think I just might die inside if I saw I didn't have this and learned that curator. I thought I was thinking caretaker, but that's not quite. I would personally just might die a little bit inside if you saw the curator again. I didn't know if she was, and she actually was, but not herself.
Okay.
So I need to know.
Okay.
But it's going to help the rest of us anyway.
Well, when it comes to the creation and design and production of these goggles, Hal Craith does go through his book for a moment, then he puts it down and he's like, no, I think it is finally time when I take responsibility in a position of leadership. I will act as the team lead on this.
Okay.
We will make sure that this operation is efficient, that roles and responsibilities are doled out equitably based on what they need to be based on. So yeah, I would, if I'm to make a role, it would be a lead role, because I have a point in that now.
Okay.
Lead, not read.
Well, I guess I can use my knowledge of pre-Scream tech to go ahead and help make this work better, and also work on integrating it with the rest of our systems and visors and other such things. Probably just do standard fix for my character then.
Okay. Yeah. So we will do some rolls. So if you would like to roll, and you can't use, as long as you guys use different skills, that's fine. And you're looking for a specific number to see how effective these goggles are going to be.
I'm going to program the firmware if Lana's going to be using fix.
Okay.
And I will be instructing various members of the harem to work on the PowerPoint productions, to assign different roles and responsibilities. Make sure that we're all putting in that crunch time. Setting deadlines. I got 8.
Nice. Got 14.
15 total. 11 and 4.
So as usual, the team leader is the one that brings the least to the table.
He's going to get all the credit for it, though. Just watch.
So the magic number was 36. You got 37.
Nice.
Goggles are complete. They are 100% effective as far as you know. Ori, you put them on for the first time. Everyone in the room looks like Tony Danza. When you will know that there is a replicant when they don't look like Tony Danza.
Everyone immediately looks up, who the hell is Tony Danza?
I know of Tony Danza, but I didn't remember.
Who's the boss?
Yeah.
Tony Danza is the man.
All right. So.
Wait, how old of a Tony Danza are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking who's the boss, not the updated Wikipedia.
Have you seen his mustache? It's horrible.
Like we said, not the updated Wikipedia for a reason.
So, take the goggles off.
Do we still look like Tony Danza to him?
For about the next 20 seconds you do, and then it fades.
So does Hellcraith look like Tony Danza, like the whole body, or is it just a rock man with Tony Danza's face?
Just a rock man with his Tony Danza's face.
It's like a poor Photoshop, but like real.
Oh, even better would be like how South Park animates like Mel Gibson.
I'm not familiar with that. Let
me find that.
Sorry if I stole fix from you. It's like the only thing my character's good at.
For a second, he takes the goggles off, or he takes the goggles off, and kind of like, as people, as you guys, as the people, as everybody starts to fade back into non-Tony Danza status. Ori was like, wow, these goggles make everybody look a little bit better. You should try it on.
Once the goggles are finished, Hellcraith, he steps up and he makes an announcement, and he says, by the way, I should probably reveal the project that I've been working on within my own quarters. And then, what? I need to think of, hold on. Story dice. So he calls out for Thunder Gun, and then rolls into the room a massive robot creature that looks vaguely like this.
I just clicked the YouTube link of Mel Gibson. And I'm like, this is Thunder Gun?
No, this is Thunder Gun.
Nice.
It's another picture of Mel Gibson.
So Oreo's gonna go up and start like kind of inspecting it. Now, is the beak metal or is it like an actual? Is it like a flesh?
You kill a duck and put a beak on it.
No. So Hellcraith, he's been kind of watching and observing everybody, so he figured that this was kind of how you guys look to him. He wanted it to be a little bit more person friendly than his own appearance, because he figured, that's what basically your guys' nose looks like, and lips, how they kind of go together.
That's what Lana gets for taking all those selfies doing a duck face.
Yeah, this is Hellcraith's interpretation of what you guys look like.
Literally, the duck face. Makes so much sense now.
What is this? It looks fairly well made. Dong dong dong.
It has been programmed to be my friend.
Hellcraith, if I knew you were that desperate, we could have just purchased something online.
No, I needed it to be made to these specifications. Also, watch this. And then the thing kind of begins transforming a little bit, and it allows like a platform where Hellcraith can like kind of stand on top of it. Although Hellcraith looks bigger than the robot, so it looks really out of place, but it also works fairly effectively for Hellcraith's needs.
So Hellcraith can mount this robot,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like a big It's like a normal sized person, like getting like on the shoulders of like a tiny person.
Yeah, it's kind of like Andre the Giant going on Wee Man.
Gotcha.
Wait, does it, is the platform in front of or behind the robot? For its direction of travel? Behind? Oh, so you're becoming a preacher, and you're just going to start rolling around with your pew?
This makes it easy for me to use weapons and use my hands, as I will be gesturing often in battle now.
You plan on making gestures, like insults towards Sindoom?
Well, I suppose there will be some of those, but I have been studying my book of procedures on tactical combat and leadership.
And how's that been going? Have you learned a great deal?
I feel competent in being able to lead.
So how fast does... I see this thing has... you call this the Thunder Gun?
Yes.
I see it has a wheel.
Its full name is John Thundergun.
How fast does it go?
Hellcraith kind of demonstrates, and it goes pretty quick. But more surprisingly, despite Hellcraith's size and the awkwardness and everything, it also is very agile, which is everything Hellcraith is not. It makes turns on a dime, very quick acceleration.
Very impressive.
I must say, you're already one to be feared without this. But if you can charge the enemy with your hammer at 30 kilometers an hour, there will be no stopping you.
Oh, and watch this. And then Hellcraith, he pushes a button on top of John Thundergun's head, and the head kind of moves towards the middle of the body, and the mouth expands and connects to the chest, and a giant hammer head of a hammer comes out, probably about 3, maybe 4 feet in diameter. And he says, and then Halcrate says, I now have a ranged hammer.
Does it come back? Is it retractable?
It is tethered.
Like the most metal duck thing ever. It's just got this chain that flies out behind it and then just wheels back in on a chain.
Well, it seems like I won't have to pick up my gun for quite some time. If you got this much firepower,
I believe it will be helpful in the conflict ahead.
A very interesting looking friend you have, and not a bad little mech suit either.
And then Halcrate steps down from the platform, and John Thundergun returns to his normal form. And then it, in a very high voice, it turns to Halcrate and says, "Did I make you proud, Father?" And then Halcrate is just kind of like awkwardly pats its head. And then he looks at the rest of you and he says, "This is how you show affection, correct? It has been my observations of your kind."
You did very well, Mr. Thundergun. It is a pleasure to meet you. Then I look at Ori and just go, just play along with it and pretend everything's normal.
My, what a big wheel you have.
It is suitable to my frame.
Well, I'm glad to welcome you aboard. Captain Aries is apparently indisposed at the moment, but hopefully he will be out of the bathroom shortly and will be able to give you the warmest welcomes with the freshest of washed hands.
Wait, was he in the bathrooms over? I think those are the bathrooms they welded shut.
Uh-oh. I'm
Don't-
gonna take some time to get him out.
Yeah, this might take... Don't worry about it. It will be fine. Anyway, it's been a pleasure. I have got to go, though. Bye. I'm leaving as quick as I can.
So Betty comes out. Yeah, what you got there, mate?
Oh, it's
What you
about
got there,
time she
Halcrate?
came out.
This is my friend, John Thundergun. I created him.
What you doing there, John? You want a grenade?
What's a grenade, Daddy? It is a highly unstable explosive that is the preferred weapon of Betty.
She squeezes her chicken and drops her grenade out. Here you go.
So John picks it up and looks at Halcrate, and Halcrate just kind of shakes his head, and then he eats it.
Okay.
And now he has one stored for later.
You know, this is an almost perfect design. I do have one recommendation, though. Maybe you can add spring-loaded hammers in the shoulders so that in the event that you need to like grab a second hammer, it'll just like pop up and you'll have it immediate for the ready. Or if you like drop your hammer, you will always have hammers at the ready.
That is an excellent idea, Ori. I will begin working on that soon.
You notice Betty has got like some luggage with her, like she's packed some bags.
Betty, where are you going?
Just leaving for a bit, got going on a retreat.
Oh yeah, where to?
Oh, I don't know. Major Stone is supposed to pick me up.
Ah, is Hallcraft going? Are you going on a retreat?
I do not believe I am. I don't think I was invited to this retreat.
Major Stone's still alive?
Yeah, mate. What do you think happened to him? Of course, been talking to him.
Would have thought he went down with disposable heroes as it sunk into the planet.
I guess he survived, mate.
That's great.
None of you seen a bird with a human face on it, have you?
I
Flies
cannot
around.
recall seeing such a thing.
No, why do you? Where did you see one?
No, never mind. Nope. Just checking. Just me and the chicken. And she collects her stuff and begins to head out to the dock area, which isn't very big in the Winnebago.
Well, I guess this is see you soon.
Yeah. Yep, my spoober's here. A small little shuttlecraft arrives, and Betty gets in and flies away.
Well, I never thought I'd be a little sad to see Betty go.
You hear from the sealed bathroom, Captain Aries. I'm not.
Yeah, I know. At least we won't have to worry about friendly fire for now. I'm gonna go out and take orders for Dano's Clam Shack for like a round, because I want to try to get that free delivery. If you get an order over like $200 big bucks, you get a free delivery. I just thought I'd do the guys a solid. They're really fixing our stuff up. It's not like you make much in the rebellion, so least you can do is get some free Danos.
All right, so you're collecting the orders from the whole space station, or
well,
just
we're not made of money, but I'll do it for like the kind of like the people working in like the garage area.
Okay.
Haligraith will turn and say, by chance, do they have any silica-based products or perhaps ammonia-based cleaning supplies they can deliver?
Okay. I am almost certain that they would. It's the highest quality dining.
I will have some of that then.
So I'll on the menu. Can I just get like? I mean, what options would I see in the menu?
Clams, fries,
Clam sandwich, clam on rye,
yeah,
EL clam.
And chicken
I'll
fingers.
I'll also put in like maybe like the special delivery instructions, like bring ammonia.
Bring mustard gas.
Okay. All right. So you put the order together. Lana, what are you doing?
I am dealing with all the shit which I had to deal with beforehand. But I didn't get a chance to because I missed last session. For example, I have to actually fix my power armor because it got fucked up in the session before that.
Okay.
That's mainly what I'm doing. I'm putting all the mods back on everything that got taken off from switching armor and shit.
Okay. So as you are working on it, you take a respite and close your eyes and fall asleep. You find yourself at the pyramid outside the door. It's very cold and there's a wind blowing and there's snow. You're like on top of a mountain. You begin to drift in the air and you begin to drift away to a point where you are like in the dead of space. All you can see are 15 points of light. 3 of them are red.
Do they look like anything to me, these 15 points of light?
No.
Any particular pattern or anything? Like a burning cross or something? I don't know.
No, they don't have any particular pattern. Red, blue, you know, it's similar. You then look down and realize that you are tethered. You have like a cord. And as you feel yourself like drifting back closer and closer to these points of light, the tether snaps.
Oh dear.
And you are falling further away now from these stars. Something you see comes out and the tether reattaches itself to you. It begins to pull you back.
Towards what?
Towards a particular star. You're getting closer and closer and closer to like this planet. All you can see is like a glass dome. What looks to be maybe a pyramid is underneath it, and you see like snow, and there are people moving around, and then all of a sudden you wake up.
You said there were 15 dots I saw?
Yes.
And I headed towards a planet, you said, correct?
Correct.
And I'm assuming that all these dots are a star then?
All the dots would be some kind of planetary body.
Okay. Now that I know there's a planet, would I be able to recognize the sector from the dots that I saw? Can I determine if this is here with any markings on the dome that I saw?
You did notice that as you got close, there was like a faint blue light that came from it. It was one of the 3.
One of the 3 blue ones?
Mm-hmm.
And there were only 3 blue ones. The others were
just like white.
Just white. Okay. And the blue light was coming from the temple area?
It kind of like surrounded the planet as you got close.
Okay. Thank you. This requires brain, and I don't often use it. Now, I did see this another temple beforehand, correct? Did it look similar to the one that I've seen?
Yeah, this is the one that Diamond Quartz is at.
Okay. And was that the one that we saw on Pearl Shawl?
No.
No. Okay. And this one is the one that Diamond Quartz is at, I'm almost certain. At least it looks the same.
Yeah, as you got close, it looked the same. Yes.
Did it have the telltale signs that they were living there that I could observe, like, the carpet and the drapes and everything?
You just saw the outside of the temple,
Mhm.
of the pyramid. No, roll a notice roll.
I'm an expert. I'm going to re-roll that. That's a lot better. That is a 11 total.
You did notice as you were returning that you saw what looked to be like a coffee table and a matching end table were sitting outside of the pyramid.
What colors were they?
Mahogany.
My God, they've been kidnapped.
Okay.
Would I be able to, now that I'm consciously aware of this, meditate and go to the temple that I've been to before?
Yeah, give me a percentage roll.
Some people call it a percentage roll. I call it 3d6s for each attribute score. 92.
Okay. It's cold. Snow is blowing. You're on top of a mountain. You're in front of the pyramid. There is a coffee table and an end table of mahogany that seem to match, and they are sitting outside with a small slip of paper attached to it.
I'm going to make my way towards the slip, and as I'm doing it, I'm looking up at the... Is there a dome above me?
Before you wouldn't have noticed. Now, as you look, there seems to be some kind of dome above you. Like, you can see, like, there's almost cloud cover or fog, and every once in a while you catch the glint of light off, like glass.
Okay. Well, I'm really regretting coming here in shorts now, but okay. Gonna glance around as I grab the note.
It's a delivery to Diamond Quartz. One end table, one coffee table.
I'm gonna head towards the door then.
Okay.
Is it unlocked?
It does not open.
I knock.
The door opens. I believe. Oh, are you, Lana? What are you doing here? Are you now delivering furniture?
No, I saw this was... I just had a strange out-of-body experience I need to tell you about.
Well, that's not usually normal, but sure. What is this? Sure.
Can I come inside?
Well, the place is sort of being rearranged. We are currently redecorating, but you can come in. Yes, out of the cold. I don't want you to. I don't want to be blamed for any sort of illness you may get. So he lets you in, and the foyer is a roaring fire with a nice some sort of wool sheet, something rug on the floor, and they've got some paintings hanging, and some hurricane lamps that have been lit. And there's a glass of wine.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything too personal.
No, nothing. We're fine.
Well, I do love what you've done with this place.
Oh, it's been quick and hasty. Like, hopefully we'll get things settled here.
Don't you have followers on another planet waiting for you, Diamond Quartz?
Oh, they're fine. There's plenty of followers, you would say, that could easily step into my shoes. I'm just but a vessel for this great power.
Diamond Quartz, those people like Bean Gear. I'm not sure anyone can replace you there.
Well, sometimes you got to move on, especially even if it's bean beer.
Is that what you've done? You finally moved on?
Yeah, it's a high calling, obviously.
Oh. Well, then, I wish your followers the best. Would you like us to deliver them a message or anything from you if we go back?
No, I'd rather just let them keep wondering. That's fine.
Well, you are quite the tease, aren't you?
So I've been told.
Anyway, I was working earlier today and I drifted off a bit after a few long days. And I saw this temple. And I was somehow tethered to it. And in the sky there were 15 dots. 3 of them were blue. And my tether snapped, and then it was reattached to me. Are you familiar with this sort of thing?
Quite possibly, yes. It sounds like you're having some kind of psionic manifestation, dream of. They probably represent maybe beacons or psionic elements or pieces of power that are used. That's what it sounds like.
Would those all be temples like this?
Oh, some of them are greater potential than others.
Then what would the different color be between white and blue?
Well, some of them are just reproductions of the actual, the original. So you right here are looking at the genuine article as opposed to some of these other ones that are not.
Do you have a piece of paper and a pen I might borrow?
Sure. And he walks over to his little end table and pulls off a notepad and comes back with a pen.
Oh, thank you. And I'll go ahead and draw the pattern I saw on the notepad. And then I'll make the blue ones into little star shapes. Now, where is this planet where this temple is?
Well, of course, my fear is you have to keep this secret. I don't really need a lot of folks, showing up all the time.
It will just be in between you and me.
Considering you did help us in, my arrangement and got my true love back together, that was something I did not expect. I'm going to let you know. Well, this is the Grist system, and we are on the planet Fatma.
In the Grist system.
Now, probably your ICAAOS folks have probably deleted that from every log that you will ever find, but that's where we are.
See. Okay. And so if I go ahead and I draw the sector to the best of my ability, just real quickly drawing over it in the sector,
Mm-hmm.
the Grist system. Now, Peter, this is going to be out of character, in character thing. It is listed on your sector map. Would it be listed in game on the sectors or no?
Let's see.
Because it is on the map you gave us all.
Oh, okay.
Be there.
Yeah, but it says restricted, so okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's
Okay.
Yeah.
So if this is the Grist and that's Fatma, then these 14 would be based on the sector map. Can I determine the approximate system of most of these?
You would have. It would take a little bit of time. You would have to.
Mathematics are definitely involved, I'm certain.
Yeah, and some research, and
Yeah.
I mean, you could figure out where all of these are.
Tell me, what are the fake ones? What happened? Is there anything useful that can be gained from them? The imitations.
I'm not, architecturally maybe, and maybe there's some sort of artifacts or things that are left behind.
Are these artifacts dangerous?
Of course they are.
Is there any way to retrieve the artifact safely?
I'm not sure. I mean, there's always the chances. You may be fortunate. You have certain psychic abilities, but you were very close to burning yourself to crisp.
Why was I so close to burning myself?
You were dealing with powers you were not familiar with.
And so when I touched that one thing on the Sindoom battleship, nothing happened to me, though, that I was aware of. Except I came and saw you again. Did that have any kind of effect?
Some things we're sort of not immune to, but we're used to, and our bodies don't react to it. Our mind does not react in certain ways.
So would an artifact like that be something that I could pick up and interact with?
I mean, these artifacts you're talking about?
Yes, the artifact that I was able to physically touch and nothing happened to me.
Well, each one would be different, so you may have a reaction. It's just dangerous.
Mm-hmm. What are these artifacts capable of doing?
I'm not sure, but the specific artifacts give you great psionic abilities, and you've been given a glimpse of what they're able to do.
What do you mean by great psionic abilities?
Well, you're able to teleport here easily.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to bring people to the temple. You're able to return them. I'm not aware of any others that can do this.
Should I be worried about this?
Anything that you let into your mind, you should be worried about.
You said I burned myself, though. Was that from this?
Yeah, you went to the temple one too many times, but it's understandable. Fortunately, I was looking out for you. The general and I took care of that.
So what happens to me now that I've returned to the temple to see you just now?
Well, nothing. You should be okay.
Then what caused that specific tethering problem to happen then? And the burning?
Well, you burned yourself out a little bit too much.
Was it coming here too many times in a rapid succession of time?
Well, rapid succession would be any amount of time. Well, like I said, fortunately, the general and I took care of that. We're looking after you. Just be careful of what you do out there.
Is there anything specifically I should be careful of?
Psychic power is not something to be taken lightly. Now, I don't know how far your associate there, Ori, has gotten through the video, the tapes. He's probably in the 40s by now. I'm sure he's making progress. But you would be wise to watch them after him. You would probably gain certain insights.
I will ask him if I can borrow them then. Is there anything else I should be careful of?
Well, you probably will have specific afflictions or what's the word? Certain ailments that may come about from this, from your specific events that have occurred. So, but I would not worry.
What do you mean by certain types of afflictions? Like I'm going to grow pustules all over my body? I'm going to turn into a fungus?
No, they will not be like physical manifestations. They're only mental.
Only mental things, okay. Any specific types of things I should look out for? Like I do have a desire not to wear shoes at the moment.
Well,
Would that be
that's most fortunate. I mean, that's something that I look forward to.
Yes, I did notice Ori had the same thing as well.
Well, he's coming along very nicely. His abilities are soon to blossom, I would say.
Oh, wonderful. A bunch of psychic users on the ship. I can't possibly see that going horribly wrong. Now, here's my real question, though. How long has this dome been above this temple?
I don't know how long they put it here. It's been here a while.
Did you do it, or did someone else?
No, someone else did.
Before we came here?
Yeah, it's been here for a long time.
I see. Well, any other warnings you'd like to give me about what's to come?
Nothing I can think of.
Have you heard about Sindoom?
I'm sure they're fucking things up.
To put it lightly, replacing people with replicants and things like that. Do you know what a replicant is?
Oh, yeah, I'm familiar with the replicants.
Do you know how to detect them? How to stop them?
Well, really never had to deal with them, so I've never really had opportunity.
Opportunity means that you did have plans, though. Concepts, ideas. Perhaps schematics for something I can construct that will do it, or maybe some psionic ability that we don't know about.
Well, I'm sure, I bet if you were to telepathically communicate with them, it might send them all haywire.
Are you getting anything from me?
No, I'm not.
You don't think I have the power of telepathy, do you?
I did not say that. You can easily develop it. I believe it is tape 37 that talks about telepathy.
Okay. I'm gonna ask to borrow some tapes then. Well, oh, is Kosminski here?
The general is, yes, he is currently in the back room painting.
Oh, he's a painter.
No,
He's learning.
yes.
That's good. It's always good to have a hobby. Trust me, I spent a long time without one. Well, it has been a pleasure. Tell Kosminski that I came by and I say hello.
We will.
And give him my best.
All right, well, take care of yourself.
Yes, and both of you as well. Enjoy your stay here.
Oh, we will.
Love what you've done with the ceiling and everything. It looks great.
He leads you to the door, and you walk out, and the door closes.
Yay! I'll try and come back to the ship now.
You vanish. You return to where you left.
And now I'm thawing out again. Lovely.
You feel very tired.
I'm gonna go find Ori.
You find Ori. You would find him in the bridge. Lori and Glory are on each of his lap, and he has no pants on, and more importantly, no shoes.
Honestly, I don't blame him at all for that. It's very hot in here. It's 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Ori, are you busy at the moment?
Suppose not.
I just need to ask if I can borrow the tapes you got from Diamond Quartz. He told me I should watch them myself.
They're really good. Yeah, you can borrow them. I taped over the first couple volumes with Space Days of Our Lives.
How far are you into the tapes?
I'm on tape 46. The thing about the tapes is they get longer the more that you watch them. 46 out of 50. So these last few tapes have just taken forever.
I can imagine. In tape 37, did you learn anything about telepathy?
I do recall.
Well, according to Diamond Quartz, with telepathy, you can attempt to read the minds of the replicants. And there'll be something very off inside of their heads when you do so. And that will allow us to detect them easily.
Well, good thing I guess I can give it a go. And that for people who aren't psychic, they could still use the goggles.
Yeah, I think that might be a bit easier as well, until we know the full reliability of the goggles.
I mean, it's very obvious. I mean, who you put them on, everyone looks like Tony Danza.
Yes, the hope, though, is that everyone does look like Tony Danza. It is that not everyone looks like Tony Danza. We would like the replicants not to look like him.
Right. So it's obvious to see. You know, it's a pleasant, and I think it'd be fairly obvious to see if replicants do it. So I'm feeling pretty confident in my firmware and Hallcrate's leadership abilities, as well as your knack for fixing things.
That is, unless the replicants start looking like Tony Danzig. Won't take long for Sindoom to figure that one out.
Well, I suppose if we see we see a Tony Danza in person, and then we know that something's off. So maybe if we find Tony Danza, we'll have to
Kill him.
Dispose of him, just so that we don't have that problem.
I think we can take care of him permanently. Well, the VHSs are in your room, you said?
Yeah, they're in the dresser, top shelf.
Top shelf. Okay. I'll take a look there. Thank you, Ori. Now give him a pat on the shoulder and head towards the top shelf of his bedroom.
So the funny thing about the AC is when you set the temperature back down to 23 degrees Celsius, it hits it and then spikes all the way back up and sets at 32 again.
That's why Ori had no pants on, by the way.
Yep. I don't believe you!
It's really hot in the bridge.
I'd like to roll an insight check.
And one of the guys is like, How do you guys get by? There's like no fuses in any of these panels. No wonder why you had to burn out.
What do you mean no fuses on any of these panels?
I smelled like burnt hair in here.
Burnt? Like what, a burnt rabbit?
And you see Elmo step out of the hall and look in, and half of his body, his hair, has been burned off.
Elmo, what have you done to the ship and the fuses?
There was an incident.
Involving what?
A drone striking the Winnebago. And I was near one of the panels on the bridge and was burned.
Are you all right now?
Yes.
Do you need additional medical attention from this station?
No.
They have better facilities than us. Okay. Is there anything you need? A banana,
My hair
a
to
lemonade?
grow back.
I don't think we have anything on ship. You might want to check the station. What color is his hair?
Light brown.
Until it grows back, would you like me to get a can of spray paint and paint over you so it looks normal?
No. I've ordered some cream on Space Bay that should be here.
Good, good. And the fuses, do you know what happened to all of them? Was it the drone strike or something else?
Yes, it was the drones.
And do you know why the air conditioner is, has now become a heater?
You can ask the one who fixed it.
Who fixed it?
Lori.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Well, if there's anything you need, I'm going to be resting for a bit in my quarters. Let me know if there's anything, okay?
Okay.
And I'm going to continue to Ori's room.
Okay.
And I'll make my way in. And what's it look like in here, Ori? How hard is it to get to these tapes?
What do you mean? They're in the top shelf of the drawer.
Okay, good. There's nothing blocking the door. It's not locked or anything?
No.
Okay. Okay, I'll grab it.
Hide.
That's for sure. I'll take the tapes which he has watched already and bring them to my room, and I'll get started, I guess, while I lie down.
Okay.
And I'll also send a quick message off to Ori and say, Ori?
Are you doing this
No, I'm using comms.
Roger, over.
Yes. Yes, that's completely acceptable. Yes, apparently Lori's the one who fixed the environmentals. Can you ask her what she did that's causing them to keep going up?
Sure.
Okay.
No wonder I'm sweating bullets here.
Yeah.
You hear Lori? Oh yeah, you're right here, Lori.
Yes.
Can you walk me through how the HVAC system was fixed?
Sure. I mean, it's all in the manual.
Ori, you might want to go ahead and see if you can read her mind telepathically, or maybe use the goggles.
So I'll attempt to read Lori's mind.
Give me a percentage roll.
All right.
Just repeating a code number 8675309.
30.
You don't get anything.
Maybe I need to watch those tapes again. I'll like take the goggles and like put them on.
She looks like Tony Danza with her body.
So I have two
So
Tony
sexy.
on my lap.
Yeah.
Lori sits there. He's like, I'm all right with this.
It's like that deep fake with Ron Swanson's face on everyone in Full House.
Now, what does Laurie's body look like? I'm asking purely for later in the evening. Never mind, I have Photoshop. I can make it look anywhere I want.
So I take off the goggles, and Lori, let's go and take a look at the HVAC system.
Okay.
Now that he's left comms, I'm just going to throw off all my clothes because I'm roasting to death and turn on the VHSs and start watching them from bed.
Sure. Roasting to death.
Do you know what 30 degrees Celsius is?
Just gonna put the VHS on, get naked, and just lay in my bed for a while.
God.
Honestly, my bedroom has been so hot this summer, and I don't have air conditioning, so I just have a sheet on me. Then I put my fan underneath the sheet, and I'm just sitting there in my underwear most of the day watching YouTube videos on my laptop because it's too fucking hot.
That's fair.
Yeah. So, she's totally doing that, just like, ow, fuck this.
Elkrate's like, well, increase it like another 30 degrees and we'll be talking.
Yeah. Listen, if there were nothing but hell crates on this ship and only one of me, I'd stay in my cold room. But it's the exact opposite here.
Halcraith, you get a personal incoming communique.
Okay. So Halcraith, he hears the beep on the comms and he presses it and he says, Halcraith.
Halcraith, this is Tony from corporate. How are you today?
I am better for your asking. Thank you, Tony. How can I help you?
We received your inquiry into particular employment with our organization.
Oh, hopefully that inquiry resulted in positive results.
Yes, it did. We would like to put you on a probationary status, if that's all right.
Absolutely. I would expect nothing less.
Now, you did get the corporate book of procedures when you were at Space Station Overseer, I believe.
Yes, I have procured it.
Very good. Well, if you go to Appendix Q, Section 5, subparagraph F, you will see that the steps that are necessary for a particular inquiry into incidents involving damage and salvage rights.
Mm-hmm.
I need
I
you
see
to
that.
conduct an investigation. Apparently a battleship landed on one of our fucking moons and created a big mess. I would like to know how this occurred. So if you could follow those steps, I believe there's some interviews involved and, some questions you got to ask and stuff like that. I just want to know what happened.
Of course, I will get on that as soon as I can.
Excellent, excellent. We will be in touch.
All right. Is there anything else that you require of me at this time?
There is mandatory drug testing. So at some point, you're going to have to send us a sample.
You will need to be more specific. My species has different anatomy and biochemistry than you are likely used to. What kind of samples will you require?
All the fluids.
Okay.
But don't injure yourself.
All right. Just so that you know, because of the way that my particular fluids react with atmosphere, they will be in special glass containers, so they will be marked as fragile.
Excellent. I like your chances of becoming a full employee.
I am happy to hear this.
All right, Tony out. And the message ends.
Did he give me coordinates for which moon?
Yeah, he sends you a quick statement saying that there was a battleship, Disposable Heroes, that crashed onto Infirmum 4.
Mm-hmm.
Did some kind of damage, and there was some kind of artifact that was found. And they just want to know how that ship ended up crashing onto this moon. Who was responsible.
So that sounds familiar. Is that something that recently happened with us? Okay.
Why, yes.
Yeah, that was last session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ori, we uploaded a virus to a navigation virus to Disposable Heroes, and set its course to go into the planet.
Okay, that's right.
Knowing that the atmosphere rips ships apart, or at least it's supposed to rip ships apart.
Okay. So is that the information Tony is looking for, or is he looking for like the status of the ship and crew as it currently is?
No, he's looking for why it crashed. Like, that's what he's looking for. Like,
okay.
What happened to the ship? How did it end up there? Who did what, when? The 5 W's.
Okay. So I assume I can get most of this information just speaking with Ori.
Mm-hmm.
Then? Okay. Well, I know Hellcraith was present, but what was, because this was last session, I wasn't there. What was Hellcraith doing? I know that he was doing something with the harem, I think.
Well, no, you and Lana were chasing down a skeletal hand that had become animated.
Mm-hmm.
And then you were on a conference call with Betty and Major Stone.
Okay. So I would begin jotting down with the relevant forms outlined in subsection Q, the all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And with the information I know, and then I would once that all took place, I would go walk over to Ori. So Ori, Hellcraith comes into your room. I assume you're still pantsless with several of your harem sitting on your lap,
Yes.
and probably sick of the numerous intrusions.
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, so depending on how long, so actually, you probably wouldn't find Ori in his room. Ori is with Lori to investigate the HVAC system, to figure out what she did.
So, oh, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. She says that she just followed the book and programmed it to 32 and made herself the administrator and locked everybody out, just like Hal Craith taught us in the manual.
Please tell me she remembers what she picked for the password.
So when Hal Craith doesn't find Ori in his room, he would then calm Ori, probably just after Lori informed him of this. So, beep, beep. Ori, Ori, I must speak with you regarding the incident near Infernum 4 with the disposable heroes.
I'm in the engine room, and I have to speak with you regarding what's written down in this procedure document. This is not right.
That is a major accusation that you have there, Ori. If it's in the book of procedures, it is surely right. But I will discuss this in detail when I am present. And then, beep, beep. So, after a few minutes, Hal Craith enters into the HVAC room.
Now Ori is shirtless because it's hotter in here, because you're near the source of all.
Well, it's hotter in there because now you're shirtless. It's just making it worse.
Ori, before we get to my business, what is this with the book of procedures?
It says that the temperature should be set to 32 degrees Celsius.
Is that a problem?
That's not a maintainable temperature for anyone except you for a prolonged period of time.
To be honest, it's about half of what my species finds comfortable. Was the book of procedures regarding this written by me, Peter?
Or was this book of procedures, or was this like the ship's manual?
No, basically you instructed her on the procedure and how to put in the temperature.
Oh, okay.
And she made herself the administrator because the issue with temperature is everybody goes and changes it all the time. So if one person has control of it, then you have to worry about that.
Exactly. Just as I taught her.
Mm-hmm.
So Hal Craith would say, then the procedures are accurate. The number is perhaps my best guess regarding what your kind of species require environmentally. So what is a reasonable temperature for your kind?
23.
All right. So Hal Craith would look to Ori and say, we should leave the room while Lori makes this adjustment. She needs to keep these administrator protocols secret.
Give me a talk roll, Hal Craith.
Oh boy. Talk. What skill do you want me to use to modify it?
You can pick it and tell me how you use it.
Okay, I'll go with intelligence. 9.
Okay. So you leave the room as she make sure, peek in, making sure you've left. And she begins to, you would assume, adjust the temperature.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Make it
So,
comfortable for
while-
Hellcrate.
While we're waiting out in the hall for Lori to finish her business, Halcraith would say, so, Ori, I know that we had encountered the Disposable Heroes ship. Can you provide me with greater detail in terms of what exactly we used to bring it down?
It was a virus that we got from the Herald of Zeus back on what was that planet called? Back on
Jupiterata.
So Hellcraith is not very dexterously, but as well as he can, typing all of this into a data pad that he's holding.
Why do you want to know?
I am doing a detailed interview regarding the incident.
I think it would be best to say that I leave out the virus part.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that. In fact, can you tell me which virus it was specifically?
No, not anymore.
Why not, Ori?
Do you think that corporate, upon finding out that a virus was let loose, may attempt to confiscate or do a search for any other potential viruses that we may have?
I never mentioned that this was for corporate.
Oh.
Are you reading my mind, Ori?
I'm gonna roll a percentage die.
Okay.
74.
No, you're just hearing rock noises.
You're reading his mind! It's perfect!
Boulders grating against each other.
Yeah.
Instead of a hamster wheel, it's just a bunch of rocks falling slowly like a landslide.
The occasional clacking, like the Newton's cradle or like pool balls.
So, what's the detailed report for? You were present for most of it.
Yes, I was. It's for corporate.
Why does corporate want to know?
Because they have requested it.
Do you think corporate might? Do you think it's a wise idea to let corporate know that we had at least at one point a virus?
I do not
and
see.
used it for malicious intent against a government body?
I do not think corporate is very concerned with what we had in our possession or the reasons for what we did. They're more interested in exactly what it was that happened. I do not think it is going to bring us harm to share this information.
Well, if they ask, we don't have any more viruses.
They've not asked what our current stock is for viruses or other munitions, so this is not an issue.
But they might, if you let them know. It's the next logical question.
Well, if they are going to be asking logical questions following this survey, then we'll get into more detail regarding the reasons and whether or not it would be wise to share with them. But for now, they're just asking for the events that happened. They do not seem to be happy that there is a shipwreck on their planet. So they're just wondering how it got there.
Wasn't their planet mostly a shipwreck? Ships that have fallen into it here and there?
I mean, I'm sure they have various degrees to which they're accepting such wrecks on their planet. And that does not preclude that they have not thoroughly investigated those other wrecks as well.
I suppose. Well, yes, there was a virus that affected the navigation system, and it drove the ship into the planet.
All right. Now, is there anything that you are aware of that I might not be as to what the disposable heroes were up to at the time, or the reasons that we engaged them? I'm a little foggy on this.
Well, we were with George from corporate, and they were firing upon space station. Was a space station overseer? Was that the? They were firing on space station overseer. They actually destroyed it. We got away just in time. So they were actively attacking corporate.
So this might also be an reason that they have interest in this incident.
Yes. So you could say that we did them a favor, except of sorts.
Did we check to see if there were any survivors from the wreck?
No. There was no way for us to check without going into the planet, of which we needed corporate's help to get on the planet in the first place, because the ships were not able to go through the atmosphere unscathed. And since the space station overseer was destroyed, we didn't have any. Our connection with corporate was lost.
Excellent. I greatly appreciate this detail, Ori. Any accolades that I receive from corporate, I shall keep them. And what left there might be, I will consider granting to you.
You've learned to lead well. I must say, I've never read the Book of Procedures, but I'm proud of you.
Thank you, Ori. We should check on Lori. She should be finished with updating the environmentals.
It is back to 23 degrees Celsius.
All right. Excellent work, Lori. All right.
Thank you. I'm no longer sweating bullets. Now I'm a little bit chilly, so I'm going to have to go throw something on.
Yes, and I will need to engage in paperwork for the next 3 to 4 hours.
All right. Some time passes and you get a delivery. You are informed that there is a shuttle. No, it wouldn't be a shuttle. Yeah, it'd be a shuttle has arrived.
Would it be a ship-wide announcement, or would it just go to a specific person?
It would go through the entire ship.
I'll open up the comm channel. This is Winnebago.
Yeah, I got a delivery here from Danos Clam Shack.
Oh, great! You guys fine? Man, we're starving. Did you bring the ammonia?
Give me a D6 roll.
3.
Yeah, I got 3 bottles of it.
Good. Glad to hear. So I'll let him in through the airlock.
Okay. So he's got like a white. He's wearing like a white vac suit. Looks kind of dirty. Got some paint splotches on it. It just says delivery with a little name tag, and he takes off his helmet and he's like, wow, you guys got all kinds of stuff. And he's got like a bunch of bags.
Yeah, this is a pretty great ship.
Yeah, I mean, Winnebago class. I thought they did away with this.
We're keeping it strong.
You see one of the bags begin to like move on its own, like start to move.
Something wrong with that bag?
Hold on. And he walks over to the bag. The bags are like they're like knit bags, and they have like little magnets on them so they don't float away. And it's starting to slide across the floor. And he grabs it, and he's like, reaches in, he pulls his hand back. He's like, ah, damn. And he's like, you got a weapon or something?
I pull out my pistol.
Shoot it. And he points to the bag, shoot it.
That's a 11.
But it takes ricochet damage, right?
Let's take ricochet. 4 ricochet damage.
Yeah, it pings off this inside this little docking area, and then you hear Watini. Oh.
Do I know what that means?
Yes, you know that's a Jawa.
Ah, Jawas. They let them on the ship. Are there any other Jawas inside these things?
I don't think so. And he starts going to the bags, and he like starts kicking them.
Lana, Hulkrave, we need your hammer.
Beg your pardon? What's going on?
Jawas.
My hand immediately slams onto the shipwright wide alert. The Jawas on the ship. Everyone, battle the stations. Repel borders.
So Halcraith would come strolling in. He's always has his hammer on his back.
Yep.
What is the problem, Ori?
There was a Jawa in this. There was a Jawa in this. Well, the clams are here, and your ammonia is also here. They brought it special order.
Oh, excellent.
But it looks like some Jawas got in, so we have to eliminate them.
Did Ori kill one of the Jawas?
You can see that one of the bags has been damaged, and it's moving around where he shot it.
Okay. So Halcraith will bring his hammer down on the bag.
Okay, give me a attack roll.
Okay. It's gonna be Gallagher style.
It's the mishmash of clams and Jawa guts.
It's a 19 on the die.
That's a hit.
All right. So what's the... Max damage, 14.
There is a thud, or more like a splat. And then in one moment, parts, like you see like pieces of fried clams start to float up with French fries, and then pieces and parts of like bloody fries and clams float up, and a busted box, and the body of a Jawa starts to float up.
Oh man. Did you just come all the way here? Is the clam shack outside?
No, I'm just delivery, man.
Oh, I can't eat this.
I believe that
Well,
we
these
should be
other bags-
compensated. We did not bring this Jawa in.
Yeah, the other bags are good. I mean, I got this ammonia for you. Whoever wants that.
At this point, I come running down the corridor with my rifle. Okay, where are they?
Halcraith would say, based on this delivery service, we should at the very least get this meal for free.
What are you talking? What about the Jawas?
Are there any more? Like, are there any other bags moving?
You can give me a notice roll.
Nice. Oh, no, wait, no, never mind. Wrong system.
It's not that nice.
7.
You do not notice any of the bags moving.
I thought there might have been more. Looks like there was only one job.
More? Where did they come from?
Good question.
Where did you see this Jawa?
What was his name? Did he introduce his name?
No.
Chef Boyardee.
I'm Abe.
Abe, where did this
Abe's
Jawa
still-
come
Abe's-
from?
I just pick up the orders from the clam shack, so, you know.
So there was Jawas in the clam shack.
Where did you park your ship?
It's right outside the station.
I have to get on comms. 1 second, guys. And I go running to the comm center.
As I said, based on this service and transporting an hostile alien life form, in addition to the food, we should be compensated with this. At the very least, we should get our order free and 10% off our next order. I will do a trade roll,
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
since that's something that's never used.
Yeah. No kidding.
Wow. It's like my character never existed.
Every single time I've rolled a skill check today, I've rolled a 6 and a 2. So that's a 9.
So yeah, this guy, he looks at his data pad and he's like, I'll put in a request to get you guys a refund, but I work on tips, so I guess I'm not getting anything.
You brought a Jawa onto our ship. Do you really expect a tip for this?
I didn't know he was in there.
That is still not a sufficient response. Ignorance does not excuse this.
I mean, it's worked other times.
That won't work here. We do not tolerate such things.
So where are you headed, Lana?
I'm going to go ahead and warn the station that there are now Jawas on this ship that's just arrived, and that they need to lock down the station.
You hear the over the intercom. Billing stations, battle stations, battle stations.
Okay, now let's see about finding a flamethrower here.
So where's the clam shack at nowadays? Last time I saw it was on Hydrus.
Well, I picked this up in Drove System. That's where I was.
All right. Did you notice? Last time I was in there, there was a giant. There was a large apparatus sitting on one of the seats. Did you notice it when you picked it up? It's still sitting there.
I get to make a notice. Yeah. Yeah. I may have taken a selfie with it. And he pulls out his data pad and shows you this picture.
The selfie with the mom.
Yep.
Did you do a duck face with it?
Only Betty has that distinct pleasure. All right. The station's been alerted that there are now Jawas, so we'll have to do a thorough, clean sweep and investigation before you can leave.
All right.
Was I able to find the flamethrower, Peter?
Yes, you can find a flamethrower.
Okay. And being that we have a dead Jawa's mushed body here, would I be able to put that into my compad and have kind of like in the movie Aliens, how they had the tracker to find the aliens, one to find Jawas? Using its DNA sequences?
Sure, for a hustle point, I'll let you do that. You have a track, you are able to track Jawas.
I have a Jawa tracker now. Okay.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I'm gonna head over to that shuttle then and deal with these things. Anyone else want to come?
I will accompany you.
Okay.
I guess I'll just clean up. Seems like I can only hit ricochet damage anyway.
He opens one of the bags and he's like, I guess we could eat clams while we're waiting, right?
Yeah, we can.
These are fine. There's nothing wrong with these.
I'll like send out over comms as well that people I'll go out to the bay and say people who ordered, like, their orders arrived, so they can come in and we can have like a powwow circle sitting on the floor eating clams.
Okay.
I'll bring the ammonia into Hall Crates. If I can't get into his room, because
You definitely don't want to get into his room.
So
Not without a total back suit.
So I'll just leave the ammonia outside your door.
Well, there is an airlock, I suppose, so you could probably leave it in there. There would need to be.
Makes sense. So I would do that just so you had it.
Are these like 2-liter bottles of ammonia with the ammonia brand on the side of it? And did you remember to get diet ammonia for Hellcrate? He's on a diet.
So yeah.
Ammonia zero?
Spamonia.
Spamonia.
All right, so you guys are going to go over to the ship?
Yep, and I'm going to go ahead and call on the comms, and I'm going to say, okay, have 4 guards stationed outside the ship. We're coming to clear it out.
All right.
Make my way to the ship with Hellcrate.
All right. So, Ori, you are in a circle with the other workers inside the station eating clams. And as you're finishing your little box, you look down at the. First off, one of the workers hands you a box, written on it in very poor writing that is like smudged from the clam grease. It says "Wholesale War, Ori." And one of the workers hands it to you. Is like, this must be yours.
Interesting. So I'll like take it and I'll like shake it a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Is it like a heavy box?
I mean, it sounds like there's clams in there.
I'll open it.
So there's definitely it's definitely got clams in it.
Nice. So I start opening them up, I've never actually eaten clam, so I can't describe the process of eating clam.
This is what's bad about about talking about fried clams, because I love them. So could go for some right now.
I've had oysters, but not clams.
No.
So
They're all gross to me.
I didn't dislike oysters. I just didn't enjoy them. I felt like I was
Eating slime?
I mean, it was good. It just wasn't like, I'm not gonna like get real jazzed up about getting oysters, So yeah, I guess I would have to. I don't know how to eat a clam, but I would be start digging in and just like pop,
Yeah, they're just little fried pieces. So, and there's a tartar sauce if you want it, or hot sauce, or whatever sauce, Szechuan sauce. All right, so you guys are headed onto this little shuttlecraft. It's got a bunch of, as you first enter, there's a bunch of these containers that look like they have food in them, and there's little notes and stuff where they're supposed to go.
Okay. Were there 4 guards stationed outside of it?
Yeah, they've come out because it's like docked on the space station, so they're out in their vac suits.
Okay. Hellcrate, my plan is that we disconnect this ship and fly it out a few hundred kilometers and then clear it out of all these Jawas. So that way they can't run out of the ship.
All right.
Okay? So let's get to the bridge. Until then, you 4, if any Jawas come out of here, shoot them. Okay? Do you understand me?
Yes. So are they in the ship or outside the ship? You're going to fly it off, right?
Yes. One of the Jawas we know escaped from this ship onto our ship, and it was killed. We don't know of any more on this station, though.
Right.
So we're going to remove this for now, and the 2 of us will clear this out. In the meantime, all the rest of your security needs to clear out the rest of the station, just to be completely sure.
Yeah, we've got a lockdown going right now.
Good. Everywhere, including ventilation shafts.
Okay.
Okay.
So you get on inside the cabin,
Lock the door behind me.
lock the door, and detach and begin to drift away.
I'll pilot it away.
Okay, you pilot it away. No problem.
And I'll park it about, let's say 800 kilometers away from the station.
Okay, so it is drifting, you and Halcraith.
Okay. Turn on my scanner to find the Jawas.
Give me a D4 roll.
D4. I've heard of those. That's a 3.
You get 3 pings.
Okay, where are you, little guys?
So Alcraith has his hammer in hand, just looking around, moving.
I'm here. I'll start heading towards the closest one.
Okay. So you open up the bridge pilot area out into a walkway, like a storage area where he's got all this food that's supposed to be delivered. It pings over to, it looks like a freezer, and there's a big door, and it looks cold.
I'm going to walk up right next to Alcraith. I'm going to open the door. You smash the Jawa inside. And I point to the freezer.
Okay.
Alcraith just nods.
Okay. Now go up to the door and put my hand on it. Does the, is it locked or anything, or does it seem
Nope,
to...
it is not locked.
Okay.
The
And
door-
I step out of the way.
Okay.
Well, kind of float out of the way, but yes.
Is
I would assume you have mag boots.
any Jawas coming out of the fridge?
You see one just sitting there shivering.
Okay.
It's got like
I'm not-
icicles on it.
I'm gonna hammer it. I'm just
Okay.
gonna go right into the fridge, smash into the fridge.
Okay.
I'm turning that into a success.
Nice.
Maximum damage, 14.
It just frozen pieces of it start drifting in the ship. It's like everywhere. There are now 2 blips on your Jawa detector.
I'm going to look away from the detector where they should be. Do I see any movement?
No.
Okay. I'm going to show the detector to Hellgrave and follow towards the next closest one.
Okay. I will follow.
All right. So you walk up, you get to an open spot between like 2 sets of boxes that are strapped down, and there's like a panel there.
Okay. Same thing. And I'll lean down towards the panel. Do I see any way of taking it off easy?
Yeah, it's one you just reach down and turn, and like you can pop it up like that.
Okay.
Is there
All
a
right.
Jawa there?
Yeah, he is sitting there. He's kind of wrapped up in like he's got a bunch of cables around him.
All right. I will smash.
Okay.
Not great, but maybe 15.
Okay. You smash him, crushing him inside this little area. He just kind of goes, and his parts of Jawa start floating everywhere.
No need to roll damage on that one?
No.
Okay. All right. Are there any more? Lana.
There should be one remaining. Let's see where this one is. Start making my way towards it.
Okay.
Where is this one?
So you're making your way towards the back. Ori, you are finishing up your clams, whatever sauce you're putting on it. And as you get to the bottom and finish your food, you realize there is a message in the bottom of the box that somebody has written.
Is it written in Greece?
It is written in like a marker, but the grease has made it smudgy.
What does it say?
It says, "Meet me on the ship."
All right. I'll get up and I'll go over to where the ship is supposed to be docked.
Okay, yeah, when you go to head out there, you realize the ship is gone. There's a couple guards there. They're like, yeah, they took off with it.
Well, they'll be back, I hope.
I'm just looking at my empty box.
Sure, it makes the room smell like fried grease, but it makes these guards really hungry because they didn't order any clams.
Mm-hmm. They're like, should be good.
Actually, I'm not a big fan of shellfish, so really I'm not all that impressed by it. Shut up, Dave. Oh, sorry, guys.
Meet me on the ship. Is that his ship? Is it our ship? Is that Dano's clam shack ship? Well, I guess we could answer the first question when I come back. Should have had some more clams. Should have ordered seconds.
So you guys are approaching the last Jawa.
Yep. Where's this one hiding?
You come to like a closet area. It just says supplies on it.
Oh, supplies. More like supplies of death.
It's
in the
got
form
a
of
yeah.
Jawa.
There's a little.
Supplies, motherfucker.
Oh, Craig, did you just make a joke?
Oh, that was me, not Hellcrate.
Oh.
Come on, Hellcrate can't make a joke. Not intentionally.
Mike, did you just make a joke?
There's a symbol of a broom on it.
Yeah. A broom of evil. They're going to sweep us all aside with Jawas. I know just what this broom means. Okay. Ready?
You open the door and give me a notice roll, Halfrey.
6.
You open the door and you see there's a bunch of shelves, and then there's like a big open area where there's some mops and stuff. And you see the Jawa on one of the shelves, just kind of like putzing around. He's like sniffing some of the different cleaners, and like he picks up like, like one of the sponges and starts gnawing on it.
I don't know if there would have been time to notice that, because the minute he saw anything move, and maybe even without even seeing, maybe he planned to just smash anyways, and he just had patient in mind.
Okay.
12.
Roll damage.
12.
You smash this Jawa, pulverizing it. Bits of it begin to go everywhere, smash the shelf, stuff. And then you hear a voice say, "Whoa, man, that was close." And a couple of the brooms fall and begin to drift away.
Wait, where does the voice come from?
It's like right next to where the Jawa was.
All right, I'm gonna do. Let's see, what would this be? I'm gonna do a mental save to not just smash indiscriminately where I hear the voice.
Okay.
I fail.
Okay.
So I smash.
All right.
What?
Yeah, give me an attack roll.
15.
Get roll damage.
8.
So you come down and whack this figure who kind of steps out of like a closet area. You can hear him wince in pain. He's like, "Not a Jawa, not a Jawa, not a Jawa." Puts up his hands.
Oh, great Jawas can't speak.
I
understand. It's fine. It's fine.
I was prepared to smash, so I smashed.
You smashed very well. You did very good. I'm proud of you. You were excellent, Hellcrate. Thank you for all of your help with this situation.
Did you get them? Did you get them all?
How many were there?
I don't know, 3 or 4.
There was one that got onto our ship, and there were 3 more in here. That should be all of them, but we have to be completely sure. Who are you?
Just blow up the ship. I'm
First-
Oleander. I'm supposed to meet Ori.
Oh,
Oh!
Oleander.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
You look different with the hammer impact on your head. Kind of strange.
caught me on the hand, too.
I believe Ori has been sad there is no more bean beer. Have you brought some?
Bean beer? Why? Why would I bring that?
I don't know.
We assumed it came with the service of clams.
No, I don't. That's disgusting.
Yes, it is, but
Who
for some
drinks that stuff?
Lord Mars?
I must have confused you for somebody else, Oleander.
Oh, well, it happens.
That's all right. Do we know how many more Jawas might be on this ship? Any idea where they could be hiding?
If you want to be sure, just blow the ship up. I mean, that's the easiest thing to do.
Well, we could, except we're no longer connected to the station. We're floating out here right now.
Okay, we'll just fly it back and we'll just get some back suits, just spacewalk out, and you just detonate it from a safe distance. Ever since I landed the clam shack on that Hydrus, I've had these problems with these damn Jawas that go fuck Sindoom conference.
I can't say that we've had any problems with the Jawas since then.
Does he still got the Winnebago? The ship, the Winnebago.
I wasn't here for the last session. I don't know. Do we still have that?
Yeah.
That's what we're.
Yeah, that's our ship.
Yeah, okay then. Wasn't sure if we upscaled. The other groups changed ships so many times I don't even know anymore. Yeah. We still have it. Wait did you bring the Jawas intentionally just so we'd have to blow up your ship so you'd have an excuse for us to give you a ride back on the Winnebago?
No.
Can I make an insight check? I don't know what that would be.
Notice, maybe?
Okay, that works. Okay, fine. We like that. 11 total.
It seems to be telling the truth.
Okay, we'll head back to the station. Okay. And I'll hop into the pilot seat and take us back.
Is she okay to drive?
I'm doing it anyway.
She is. Actually, I don't know if I've ever seen Lana pilot.
Past, I mean, I have a +2 to my pilot check and a +2 to dexterity, so I'm a pretty good pilot, actually.
Not saying you're not, but I just don't think Hellcraft has ever seen you pilot. It's usually been Ori.
Ori never piloted. It's usually Lord Mars. I mean, Captain Ares.
Oh.
Lord
And
Mars
before
would-
that, it was Sherry.
Yep.
That's right. Okay.
I piloted a bit before we got Sherry. When Lord Mars wasn't here.
Yeah, where's Sherry at? Is she still with the Winnebago?
Yes, I believe that Sherry is.
He's the one that got me to convince to drink the bean beer last time with him. God, what a mistake that was. Okay, all right. Well, you're here now. So the ship comes back. Ori, as you are either on the dock or headed back in, you see the ship approach.
So yeah, I'm just waiting for it to come in, and I'm looking at my message here, and just kind of patiently waiting. And if there's anything that needs to be done on like the inside, I would like facilitate it, just to like kind of hurry it along.
Okay. So the ship docks, and you see a person come out in a light blue UPM vac suit as Hal, Kraith, and Lana return to the I guess the space station. And are you on the Winnebago?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. They enter the Winnebago. Takes off his helmet. Oh, it's great to be back. Nice.
Yeah, that's right. He wanted to tour the Winnebago very much so, and Lord Mars would not let him.
I got a little bit of a tour last time. In good shape.
Yeah, not much has changed. Seem to just doing up some repairs after a little scuffle with Sindoom.
Yeah, those bastards.
Telling me. Hallcraft, Lana, did you find any more Jawas?
We eliminated 3 others.
We think that's all of them, but there may be more. Oleander, do you want me to send the ship off to be destroyed?
Yeah, destroy the ship, but we'll compensate whoever this delivery guy is.
Okay.
I'll just look. I got plenty of big bucks. I can just.
Okay, well, here, let me get something out of the glove compartment, which I assume it has a glove compartment. I don't fucking know.
Of course it does. Of course it has a glove
Yep.
compartment.
I'll open up the glove compartment and get the registration out. I'm
Okay.
going to need this signed over to me then so I can go ahead and destroy it properly.
Give me an exert roll.
Okay. Well, not bad at those. This is the 3rd time in a row I've rolled an 11 on the dice. That's a 14 total.
So when you reach in and grab the registration, you see a little tiny hand attempt to grab it from you and miss. Dada Watini!
Oh, hell no. Bam!
And you kill it.
Pull out my mag pistol to shoot the fucking thing. Actually, I have to do something there. Okay. I'm gonna look down at my scanner, see if it's picking anything else up real fast.
No.
Nope. Okay. Okay. Well, Leander, get this title signed over to me so I can destroy it legally.
He looks at it, and isn't there some kind of form or something we're supposed to fill out with this?
It would be with the DSV, I believe, Department of Space Vehicles.
Oh.
Along with a bill of sale.
I mean, who the hell's an administrator around here to do anything like that?
I don't really know of many people who are good with paperwork. Ori, can you think of anyone?
Yeah. Yeah, I think Sherry was good at paperwork.
He might be able to, but I don't know where he is. I haven't seen him in a while.
I'm not drinking bean beer with him again. That's all I'm
That's a good idea. Now, Kraith, are you familiar with the DSV paperwork?
I would say yeah, but I don't know. Peter?
Give me an administer roll.
Six.
You know it is in the book of procedures.
Okay. I am familiar enough with it, and I can refer to my book of procedures for anything that I've forgotten.
Right, can you give us a hand with this and have this ship signed over to me so I can get rid of it?
Sure. We will need the registration fee as well as signing over of the title, and it will need to be signed off by a notary, of which I am.
Perfect.
Yeah, you're gonna need witnesses too, right? So, okay.
Oleander and the 4 guards who are standing right outside. I think we have a few.
So they get you the proper signature, and you find it in the book of procedures, notarized, and you now have authorization. You are now the owner of that vehicle.
Oh,
Now,
very nice.
Lana, you will need to know that as this is considered a gift, you still need to pay taxes on this, and you will need to claim the value of the vehicle.
Oh no, it's not a gift. I purchased it for 1 space buck. Great deal.
Well, the space IRS will see that as a gift anyways, because the value is so far below the amount.
It's infested with Jawas. It has no value. It's a threat.
You'll need documentation of the infestation of Jawas.
I'll just walk inside and take pictures with my camera of the dead Jawa parts everywhere.
That should suffice, but it will need to go to a higher authority that will need to view the pictures and authorize them. It would be easier if you had the receipts of a exterminator.
Which I am.
Can you go ahead and write down the receipt for my work exterminating these things with you?
Do you have a Space Exterminex license number?
Oh, I'm sure it should be somewhere within the wholesale wall information.
We will need to put that. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. We will need to verify that and fill that into the paperwork before it can be submitted.
Not a problem.
Oh, it's so fun playing a bureaucratic douchebag.
I love it. Well, let me take a look here mathematically. And Peter, you said this was a shuttle of some kind?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah. Okay.
So Oleander looks at you, or yeah. Oh man, I got your message.
Your message?
Yeah, I mean,
I did want to talk to you guys, but what did I say?
well, it's all in the order. I deciphered it. By the things that you ordered, I saw the message you sent.
About the bomb.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't want to bring that up too loud.
I mean, about the apparatus.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
She's being bad. She's in kitty jail right now.
Put her with the dice.
She's bothering the other ones.
So we'd like to talk about using it.
Okay. Outstanding.
I think it's about time. It's about time. About time that we helped out our cause against Sindoom a little bit.
So what's your target?
What's a good target?
Sindoom?
Probably the one on the corner of 8th and Broadway. That target's pretty good.
I mean, if we drop it on, if we attack Sindoom, then countless innocents will be destroyed. Can't have that.
Well,
I mean, what's countless when you got to get rid of an evil, right?
By taking those measures against by us taking those measures against them, it will only justify their actions against innocents.
No, not if we kill them all. Then we don't have to worry about it.
Even if we did happen to it was enough to destroy the entire planet, there are still Sindoom loyalists elsewhere. We can't kill them all. They will multiply and they will come back angrier.
Yeah, like Jawas, I guess. So, what do you propose?
I was thinking of asking the curator if she had any ideas in mind. She's always been good about giving us important missions, usually to help some enemy of Sindoom. I'm sure she's got a Rolodex of targets, binders full of targets.
Binders full of women.
well, his harem is a bit small.
Is there any military targets that you would suggest?
No, all our intel was destroyed. And I'm sure Sindoom's moved everything around.
With these androids as well, these replicants.
Yeah.
It makes it hard to target someone.
It does, because you never know who you're talking to.
Exactly. We do have a way to determine whether or not someone's a replicant.
Good.
And I'll like pull out my goggles and I'll put out my glasses.
Okay.
Does he look like Tony Danza?
Yes, he does.
You're clean. Now I'll show him on here. Put him on.
Okay. Do you look like Tony Danza?
Yeah.
He takes them off. It's like, wow. You look pretty good.
Thanks. Everyone's Tony Danza except the replicants. I've yet to see what they look like, but I guarantee it's not Tony Danza.
Everybody looks like Tony Danza except the replicants. It sounds like heaven. Or calico, as some have called it.
I hope that the replicants look like Gary Coleman.
Do they have? Are you aware of how many more was Disposable Heroes a Star Destroyer or a battleship?
Battleship.
Are you aware of how many more operational battleships Sindoom has?
I think they got about 6 or 7.
I suppose that's always an option, though I'd want to try to get them all together, which might be hard to do if they're deployed.
Yeah. Yeah, but you'd have to get them all on like the planet. That bomb is effective when it comes to planets or moons.
Well, do you have it with you, or is it back in the shack?
Do I have it with me? Almost gave me a panic attack there because I just told them to blow that shuttlecraft up. No, I didn't bring it with me.
Good point. That would have incinerated us all immediately.
Yeah,
Well,
lucky for me.
I'd like to at least arrange a pickup. Maybe we could head to the shack.
Okay.
Why did they never take it off this? Why did they never move it since we left it there?
I mean, it's good where it is. Why do I want to put it somewhere else?
I don't know, somewhere less open.
Yeah, sometimes plain sight's the best place.
I suppose. All right. Well, we'll arrange a pickup. The delivery driver said he picked us up from the what system was it? Was it the Drove system? Was that where the clam shack's currently at?
Yeah, that's where I got it. That's where I got it at.
So we've been in this area. We've been in this part of the universe for a while now. We'll have to head over to the Drove system. Do you know if it's going to be there for a while?
Should be, unless somebody steals it.
Oh. How is the shack protecting themselves against Sindoom?
Padlock.
I just got to lay low, you know. Stay one step ahead of them.
It's fair. All right. Well,
yeah, I'm gonna go look for Sherry since hopefully he doesn't have a bunch of bean bear. See how he's doing.
he's not around anymore.
Oh, okay. He finally retire?
He was crowned the new Lord Mars.
It's kind of a weird title.
And yeah, he fell in a duel with Adam Hartfield.
Well, did he get up? What happened?
He was killed in a duel with Adam Hartfield.
Wow. Was this at one of those medieval knights or something? Places you eat, or what? Like a real duel? What is that? What you're talking about?
Yeah, a real duel, and so he lived a good life.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He nearly drained us of all the bean beer. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll drink one to him, but there's not any bean beer here, so.
Yeah, we're trying to keep it that way. The zero tolerance policy went into effect as soon as he.
Well, yeah, I don't know who this Adam Hartfield is, but I'm gonna kick his ass.
He's with Sindoom. He's a Sindoom commander.
Or better yet,
or general. I actually don't know what his position was within but he's up there in Sindoom. Sindoom speak.
So I'll be on the lookout for him. And I thought they outlawed dueling. I don't think that we did that anymore. It's kind of a antiquated procedure these days.
I mean, if it was outlawed for being inhumane, you can guarantee Sindoom will be the ones who bring it back.
Yeah, they would. All right, well, that's sad news.
Yeah, sorry that you had to find out this way.
Well, I guess if you're going to call the curator, I'll probably go and see if anybody needs some extra tartar sauce. You know, got to keep the customers happy.
All right, I'll let you know when after we talk with her.
Yeah, I might need a lift.
Yeah, you're not going anywhere, so you'll need to hang out.
Oh, okay, good.
I'm sure Captain Aries will be thrilled. He loves it when we have new passengers.
Yeah. All right, so he proceeds to go check on how everybody is enjoying their clams and French fries.
I'll talk with Hall, Kraith, and Lana. And, I guess they were there the whole time, right?
I was doing paperwork.
Yeah, I was probably helping her with the paperwork.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I need information about my new ship.
So I'm going to. So I would go find you guys, and kind of brief you on the conversation, as well, and then say, I'm thinking about reaching out to the curator to see if she would provide a list of potential targets. Do you guys have any better suggestions?
Well, what do we know about Sindoom's activities at the moment? What are they using to fuel this war?
Some sort of new space fuel.
Okay, and what do we know about that space fuel?
Only what Sindoom News tells us.
So,
And
bugger all.
Big Montana's news tells us.
Okay. Well, if we can somehow disrupt their supply, that would go a long way towards disrupting their war effort then. Triple their supply of fuel wherever they're getting it from, and that would stop them from being able to keep their forces moving. I heard of a similar idea that worked marvelously for a while for a group of people called the Germans when they invaded a place called Stalingrad.
Right, but does Sindoom have a single place where they store their fuel? With Sindoom being as large as it is, I would imagine they have several fuel depots that they may rely upon.
Fuel depots, yes. However, we're not sure about where they're getting their fuel from. What's the source of this new material? Is it manufactured in a lab synthetically? Is it mined from somewhere?
But even if we reduce their ability to access this new fuel source, it wouldn't stop them from returning to the more common fuel source, would it?
I'm sure it depends on what type of modifications had to be made to their ships to use it.
Well,
If the modifications were vast, it could be huge.
But if modifications are being made rather than them requiring whole new ships, then it stands to reason that those modifications can be unmade as well. It may require them to expend resources for sure, but I don't know if it would necessarily be an effective for in the long term. It might create some short-term opportunities, but with Sindoom being as large as it is, I do not imagine that it would take long for them to adjust.
Well, it's basically the time to repair their vessel And we also have to remember, apparently they're not on good terms with MT20 either, and they're the manufacturers of Borax. They won't be selling it to Sindoom then. In which case they'd be without any fuel source.
What if Sindoom decided that they no longer wanted to deal with a middleman and just took it?
They'd have to invade the Sisters of Karma's space as long as MT20. And if what Oleander said about the number of vessels is correct, they are vastly outnumbered by the Sisters of Karma in terms of firepower, not to mention ability.
One of the Sisters of Karma was an android that we saw, so they could have been infiltrated.
Would we have any way of getting them these goggles to use to find the androids within their organization?
But if the Sisters of Karma are androids, are they androids as a species? I don't understand.
No, when I was on Hydrus, the Sisters of Karma are fairly tall, humanoid-ish beings. When I was in Hydrus, they attacked, and it turns out that one or multiple of them were androids.
So they're in the middle of a civil war then?
Well, if artificial life forms are a major component of their population, just as we've used viruses against our enemies, it could be that Sindoom may have something similar planned.
Could be worth giving them a phone call. Maybe the curator has some contacts with them. She'd probably know better than any of us.
Yeah. I think that's fair. That is partially why I wanted to call her, but I wanted to at least confer before asking for specific things. Or if you guys want to do a group video chat. You get the curator on one screen, each of us on a separate one. It'll be great.
Oh, one of those Spoom video conference calls.
Spoom, yeah.
I think we can make that work. What do you think, Elcray?
That sounds fine. I mean, we still have much paperwork to do anyways, so we might as well participate in the call.
That sounds good to me.
I'll set out a meeting agenda.
And a brochure.
And a brochure. So
I will call the curator.
Okay.
so
All right. So
a comm link to her.
okay, you call her. Again, you see a familiar face, a middle-aged woman, and she's got various tubes coming out of like a white cloak with a white background. She does look similar to Marcy, as you can recall.
Good to see you again.
Yes, Ori and Hal Craith and Lana, I believe.
Hi.
Hello.
How are you doing?
Fine. I've recovered fully from the incident at Hydrus.
Good.
I would assume that you have not called for various jobs I have because you've probably gone beyond that at this point.
We had we've had some trouble on our own. I haven't really done an official job for some time.
It's understandable.
We took care of General Kosminski.
Good.
What sort of jobs are you offering now?
Is it anything to disrupt Sindoom's operations?
No. Unfortunately.
Have you heard any? Have you heard of? Do you have any information, or have you heard of their new fuel source?
I've heard that they are giving converters to everyone. There was due to an attack on a particular one of their supply bases, there was a shortage, but some of the converters and these black crystals have been distributed. They're supposed to make borax obsolete, as far as what I've been told.
Do you know where their other supply depots might be, or where they're harvesting this new energy source?
If you want the source of the crystals, I believe you would need to go to L593.
L59 what?
L593. It's in the plague system. It is restricted.
What will we find there?
You will probably find where those black crystals are originating from.
Do you know anything about the planet?
I know it's controlled by apes. I was there briefly about 5 years ago.
And you only know that it was controlled by apes.
They are the ruling, the controlling entity on their planet, yes.
That's not a lot of information to go off of. What's the planet like? Is it hostile to human life?
No, it's breathable air. Gravity is fairly standard. Shouldn't
Habitable
suffer.
for your kind, perhaps.
Yes, I understand, Halfrey.
Oh, okay.
Sorry
Sounds like
to,
a bit of a racist.
Speciest is actually the word.
Oh, even worse.
I am sorry to do that.
It is no bother.
I will try to be more considerate.
I'm merely being pedantic for the sake of pedanticness.
Oh, great lives matter.
Are there any other high-profile targets, Sindoom targets, that could be useful in removing for like a war effort?
Well, L593 is certainly an option. A Zorda Atrix, the moon of Nur, is certainly an option.
What's there?
Well, it is an ICAA OS headquarters. But it's my understanding that a lot of Sindoom's command and control is there.
The target that would certainly disrupt their operations.
It certainly would.
Well, what do you two think?
I think attacking the leadership, or as much as possible, of Sindoom is the ideal choice.
Okay. So, what do you know about this moon?
It is where the ICAAS OS had their conference. It is, I believe, a jungle or paradise.
Is there any way for us to attack it without us being declared evil people for attacking the ICAA?
I think at this point it's, I mean, if you want to fight a propaganda war, that's something different.
Based on the moves that we're aware of, it seems that we're a bit past the time of propaganda.
Yes. Now there's also, in the string system, Sindoom is allegedly hiding some kind of weapon in the volcanic asteroid belt.
Would this weapon involve psionic bullshit?
No, I don't believe it is psionics.
Okay. Do we know anything about the weapon?
No, they've been very, very secretive about it. These are communications we've intercepted.
Mm-hmm. What do we know about the string system, then?
Well, Ori and Elkraith would know the string system because that...
They were hot on a girl there?
No.
Oh.
That's where the Exogenesis mining company is, and that's where he started.
Never heard of her.
So that's where Wholesale War had a home office.
Mm-hmm.
On Cameron 7.
Yeah. And that's when we killed the space rats. Or the sprats.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what do you think about this weapon that you're hearing about? We have 3 possible targets.
I will, sorry to interrupt, I will give you the 4th and last option. 0309. I've heard that Sindoom has sent, I've heard that Sindoom and the Church of Atlas have sent excavation or some sort of party there.
What would they be looking for?
Any kind of technology. It is supposedly the home of CAD and the home where the Vermeerge used to exist.
You know, if I recall correctly, those things were considered a scourge of the sector.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really want to go ahead and wind up in a possible fight with a bunch of people who have CAD and Vermeerge technology?
I don't know. I mean, as we know, CAD has been shut down for 5 years, and the Vermeerge their ships fell out of the sky, so they should be dead.
No one here thinks Sindoom's actually stupid enough to try and bring CAD back to life and take control of him, right? That they couldn't possibly be that dumb.
I have heard rumors that there are those working on programs to restart CAD.
Oh my god, they are that stupid. Well, we have some options. One thing to think about. If we go ahead and we destruct the command and control, we can then go ahead and grab the super weapon in string, and after we get the string, super weapon, we can then go to the CAD and the Vermeerge and blow it up with the super weapon which we steal. Just an idea.
Seems rather complicated, which makes it right up our alley.
You know, I really hate to agree with you there, but I kind of have to. Yes. So, Curator.
Mm-hmm.
If we start in the Azorta Matrix, the moon of Nerth,
Yes.
and we disrupt their command and control, do you think that might give us an opening to take the super weapon they're building on string.
Of course, yes. I mean, that would disrupt them enough that you would be able to accomplish this.
And then if we take the super weapon on string, we should be able to make it to 0309 and nuke the fuck out of Cat.
If that's what you want to do, yes.
You know, darling, your enthusiasm always goes ahead and has me the happiest person on earth. Well then, everyone, do we like the plan?
It works for me.
Me as well.
Then it is decided.
Before we go, curator, can I speak with you for a few minutes? Alone?
Oh, pardon me.
Oh, wow. Oh, yes.
I'll
Yes.
leave chat.
I will go and make some adjustments to John Thundergun.
All right.
Chad Thundercock.
Do you remember me
From Hydrus, yes.
before that? Do you remember growing up together?
I don't know. A lot of my childhood memories have been damaged.
How so?
Things that have happened in my life have just caused me to lose some of my memory at times.
Are you also psychic?
No.
I see. Well, we've known each other, at least I feel like we've known each other for much longer than we've officially known each other in this capacity. And I felt it on Hydrus, but it's just been growing on my mind since. And I just wanted to see if there was any way that I could get that you had some sort of memories, or if something I could do to help recover them.
No, that's probably the only thing that hasn't been restored. I'm told someone with psychic abilities might be able to help me remember. But I've been too afraid to visit them for fear of what they might do.
Have you ever, you've met Diamond Quartz, I'm sure.
I've heard of him.
Well, I'm on tape 47 of his 50-part video series about learning how to be a psychic. So
Okay.
I'm almost graduated. I might be able to help. But failing that, I'm sure Diamond Quartz wouldn't mind helping out someone such as yourself, especially, even if I had to, I could call in a favor, since we helped get him with his lover back.
Well, restoring my memories would be something I'd like to know before whatever happens. I will send you coordinates to where I am. And let's see if we can solve this problem.
Shall I pick you up at 8?
I mean, how could I say no?
It's a date, and a time and a place. All right. I'll see you soon then.
Okay. Dusky blue memories.
Haven't faded yet.
That's right. All right, the call ends. As you guys come out, so I got 2 things to do, and then we'll jettison. So there's scuttlebutt on the space station as they've heard a message from Big Montana. He has made an announcement.
I thought you meant Scuttlebutt was on the space station.
I was kind of excited about seeing him again.
Hopefully.
Disappointed.
This is an important message from the Lausanne Underground. The truth you can handle.
My children, our time has come. We must rise and help the good people of Jukarata. We must defend them from Sindoom's evil reach. Keep them from interfering with Jukarata's righteous revolution. Good people of Jukarata, do not fear. The father of the sector is at your side. I will not abandon you. To arms, my children. Father of the sector, out.
So everybody's all pumped at the station.
Is that Isaac
It is.
Isaiah? Yep.
or Isaiah?
All planets to take a stand on Jukarata.
And
You know, any half decent planet, but maybe they just haven't been to many good planets.
Maybe Jukarata holds a special place in Big Montana's heart.
Maybe.
Or maybe he just don't know.
a couple hours pass, and your data pads all light up from Spitter as Big Montana has sent you a message, and I've just put it in the chat.
Howdy there, Wholesale War. My last contact with you is now outdated information. Some bad shit went down on Jukarata, and now we're deploying the Iron Skirt directly into the Golden System. We're going for all-out war with those Sindoom fucks. They keep beating us at every turn when we try to backdoor them, and too many innocent people are now getting caught in the crossfire. I'm sure you'll hear the newscast about it, and our plan is now what we call Operation Boogieing Through the Front Door. We're taking Sindoom head on, so yeah, I don't expect y'all to sign on for this one-way mission, but if you're willing, we could definitely use the help. 10-4, I'll catch you later.
That's more than 140 characters.
It's Spitter. It's more than that.
Spitter is superior. Well, if we're able to get the super weapon, we might be able to help them. On the other hand, depending if it's a one-use thing, we might be better off disabling CAD from ever being used again. That way their backdoor wouldn't be assaulted by it.
Maybe we can convince Big Montana to hold off until we can see if we can't acquire some kind of super weapon, and then coordinate the all-out assault that he's hoping for.
The most important thing is that we have to make sure that any all-out assault results in the death of Jaggerfells.
Oh, absolutely. That guy gotta die.
He's the linchpin of all this stuff.
Been waiting 3 campaigns to get him killed.
One of these campaigns will be the one.
If we had any idea what radiation damage was, we'd have been fine.
Well, 2 campaigns, I guess. Him and Scuttlebutt were on good terms.
Mm-hmm.
perhaps we can get them to wait. But we'll see.
Well, if they want an all-out assault, maybe they can join us on assaulting this other world where we think that they may have a super weapon.
Okay, should we?
And then that way, you know, they're getting a chance to direct their rage, and we can use that as a distraction.
Well, we want to disable their command and control network first. Maybe we should have them go after the command and control, and then we can get the super weapon as soon as they've disabled the command and control system on the moon of Nur. If that happens, then we'll be able to go ahead and get the super weapon more easily as well.
It seems reasonable.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get a good night's sleep on it.
Okay.
And we can confirm in the morning after Captain Aries finally gets out of the toilet.
Sounds like a plan.
I'm sure he's going to have a very unpleasant night sitting there, sleeping with the smells wafting up.
Yeah, so whatever you guys decide to do, just let me know. Send me an email or put it in Discord, and I'll make sure that they see it.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
To me.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks for playing, guys.
Thanks, Peter, for running.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, take care, everyone.
All right.
Peace.